welcome to battle number 2 of week number 5 of the FnF Victory Road Draft League. This battle is pitting the Murican Braviarys versus Wooper Blooper. The Murican Braviarys being Noob Scrub 27 on Pokemon Showdown, Wooper Blooper being Lion Hugs, who is also Lion Hugs on Pokemon Showdown. As a reminder, the Mega Pokemon we will both be seeing today are Mega Venusaur and Mega Gyarados, respectively. The Z Crystal Pokemon we'll be seeing are Gallade and Chandelure, both with Z attack move privileges. Blossom and Dragonite did not appear, respectively. Before we begin, let's take a look. This is the first time that Noob Scrub, I believe, does not bring Chansey, actually, which is interesting. There seems to be more of a offense orientation on his team this time, with Tapu Bulu, Hoopa, and Gallade all going for some offensive presence. Tapu Bulu could still be defensive, but definitely can work as an offensive option, especially with that free boost from grassy terrain. And then on Wooper Blooper, there are the kind of standard bulky mons, but this is the first time we're seeing Toxicroak come out, and I believe type Null as well. So that's going to be an interesting dynamic to look at. Dragonite isn't appearing, which is actually surprising. I think we've seen Dragonite appear every week. However, because Gyarados and Dragonite fulfill kind of the same functions, then that's probably why we haven't seen Dragonite, why we're not seeing Dragonite appear with Gyarados today. One thing I'm going to be looking at is Xatu and how Xatu is going to function. Xatu can pull off a variety of sets. It can go a little bit more defensive, or it can try to go for offense. Magic Bounce is really going to help with some of the stalliness of the match on Noob Scrub's side. Might bounce back some Stealth Rocks from Metagross, so that's definitely something that Lion Hugs is going to have to be careful of. But let's get into it and see how this match goes. I'm really excited to watch how it goes. So without any further ado, curious who their leads are going to be. Empoleon's usually the lead for Murican Braviarys. I think we might see Metagross as the lead on Wooper Blooper. And indeed, that's exactly what happens. Empoleon and General Grievous. Will we have a mutual Stealth Rock setup? No, we have Xatu come out. And that means that Stealth Rock are set up on Wooper Blooper's side of the field because of Magic Bounce. I don't think that Wooper Blooper has a Defogger this time around, so that's rocks up on the field. And Thunder Wave paralyzes Transrites a Sylveon. In comes Empoleon. Transrites shakes off that paralysis. Out comes Metagross. Metagross is going to take a knockoff, losing its leftovers. So Empoleon is carrying knockoff. That's also a change from what Noob Scrub would typically run. We see Stealth Rocks usually with it. Ooh, and a Meteor Mash is going to do some big damage to Chad the Third. Another Meteor Mash will be enough to take it down. I think maybe we'll see Venusaur or Empoleon come back in. Empoleon would have to be careful of a potential Earthquake, however. And in comes Sylveon to take a foul play. And Empoleon is going to come out taking that Hyper Voice. Measly damage done there. Sylveon's probably not going to want to be knocked off. Empoleon's probably going to be the Pokemon to take down in this match. Once Empoleon goes down, I think it'll be a little bit more comfortable for Wooper Blooper, but Empoleon is a very, very sturdy wall, especially with Leftovers Recovery and Protect. It could really shrug off damage over time. I think Empoleon might want to go for a knockoff here. Try to get those leftovers away from Sylveon. Oh, and Sylveon goes for Wish. Knockoff is successful in removing those leftovers. I think we might see Metagross come back in to heal its HP. Indeed, that's exactly what happens. Metagross is back, taking that knockoff, which does some nice damage because of the critical hit, but the Wish is going to restore it to near full HP. And Protect. Stealth Rock is now up on Noob Scrub's side of the field as well. Let's see if Empoleon has Defog. I think we've seen two of its moves, Knockoff and Protect. One of them is probably Scald. And in comes Venusaur. That Meteor Mash missing. Venusaur is going to stay in, Leech Seeding. It takes a really big Zen Headbutt. Metagross isn't going to be happy getting that Leech Seed damage done. This could be a good time to switch in Hoopa Unbound to a Zen Headbutt. In comes Empoleon. Zen Headbutt misses. Empoleon being able to comfortably take some HP back from Metagross. Metagross probably not going to want to stay in, and indeed, it does not stay in. Toxicroak comes in, restoring HP with Scald. In comes Xatu. Xatu's going to take that knockoff and go down. Magic Bounce is gone. And in comes Gatorade the Gallade. Probably not a good place for Toxicroak to be. Toxicroak's probably going to want to flee or get hit by a very strong Psychic move. Might be a matter of who comes into the Gallade. And it's Sylveon that comes in. Sylveon takes that Zen Headbutt. Does some good damage, 32%. Sylveon's definitely going to want to Wish here. And indeed, Wish is exactly what Sylveon does. Protecting to make sure that it gets that Wish. But Synthesis is going to allow Venusaur to gain its health. In comes Metagross to take probably a Sludge Bomb. Nope, Leech Seed. Will we see Empoleon come back in? Leech Seed can be very troublesome. Venusaur extremely defensive and being able to sap HP while just sitting back and taking hits very comfortably. And Hoopa Unbound comes out to take a Zen Headbutt. Nope, Sylveon comes right in. Sylveon can Hyper Voice Hoopa, but Hoopa Unbound poses a big threat to Sylveon with Gunk Shot. Will Sylveon use Protect to scout what move Hoopa uses? Nope. Alphonse Elric comes in, the type Null, taking a Gunk Shot very comfortably. I think we might see a switch into Empoleon to resist a return. Type Null also gets U-Turn, which can be devastating for Hoopa. And indeed, we see Empoleon come right in. Oh, and Rest is the move that Type Null decides to use. Strange time to use Rest. Knockoff is what Empoleon decides to use against Toxicroak. In comes Gallade. Toxicroak goes for a Drain Punch to recover some of that HP. Who will come in to take a Zen Headbutt from Gallade? I think it might be a good time to bring in Gyarados. Gyarados can use Intimidate and then set up Dragon Dance and go for some big damage on the team. In comes Sylveon once again to take a Zen Headbutt. Zen Headbutt doing big damage. One more could be it. Empoleon comes in. Sylveon does not want to risk it. Sylveon goes for a Wish. I think Sylveon might stay in to regain that health. Yep, Sylveon uses Protect to stay in. And the Wish brings Sylveon back up to 85%. Very defensive battle, but the Stealth Rock damage is chipping up, and I don't think Gallade has a way to recover from that. In comes Toxicroak, regaining health from the Scald. And in comes Gallade once again. Substitute is set up for Toxicroak. And Zen Headbutt misses, very unfortunate. Drain Punch is going to deal some okay damage to Gallade. One more Drain Punch will do it. Ooh, another miss for Zen Headbutt. And Drain Punch takes down Gatorade the Gallade. This Toxicroak being pretty surprisingly sturdy for Toxicroak. Will we see a Hyperspace Hole here to bypass the substitute? Will Hyperspace Hole be enough to take down Toxicroak? Toxicroak is very flimsy. Wondering if we'll see a Hyperspace Hole. Yep, Hyperspace Hole hits. Critical hit. 70% done. But a Drain Punch is going to take down Hoopa, recovering some HP back. Down goes Hoopa. In comes Empoleon. Not going to want to take a Drain Punch. How much PP does Drain Punch have? 13. Drain Punch still going. What is the other move that Toxicroak has? Is it perhaps Gunk Shot or Poison Jab? That could be good against Tapu Bulu. Drain Punch still being used to recover that HP. And the substitute is gone from a hidden power. Will Toxicroak stay out or switch? At this point, a good switch-in might be Metagross. Venusaur is very resilient, and a substitute blocks the Leech Seed. Poison Jab's going to do about 22% to Venusaur. Toxicroak has no way of recovering outside of Drain Punch. Hidden Power does have the ability, I believe, to take Toxicroak down. It might be good for Toxicroak to switch out, and indeed that's what it does. In comes Alphonse Elric. Empoleon comes out. Alphonse uses Sleep Talk, but the Sleep Talk is just going to cause it to try to rest once again. Empoleon's probably going to go for a knockoff. In comes Toxicroak, taking the knockoff. Toxicroak might go for a Drain Punch. In comes Venusaur. This is going to be a core that we're going to see a lot of Venusaur and Empoleon switching. Stealth Rock's really chipping away at damage. Noob Scrub keeping Empoleon safe, not taking any chances for Empoleon to lose any of its HP. In comes Metagross, taking a Hidden Power. Hidden Power Fire, it must have been, goes down to 5%. Metagross can't come in again because of Stealth Rock, so this is Metagross's swan song. Will a Zen Headbutt clinch it for Metagross? Empoleon comes in to take the... Oh, type Null. Well, now Metagross can't come out due to Stealth Rocks being up. So Metagross is basically dead at this point, I think. In comes Gyarados, intimidating Empoleon, taking that knockoff. And Grassy Surge is now up from Tapu Bulu, who switches in. Gyarados goes for a Dragon Dance, but it's not going to want to take a Wood Hammer or a Horn Leech from Tapu Bulu. That much is certain. What will Lapis Lazuli the Gyarados do? Tapu Buffoo, Venusaur, and Empoleon proving to be a very strong core here. This is Noob Scrub's bread and butter, this defensive recovery over time stall playstyle. Very hard to break through. It's still not anyone's game. In comes Sylveon. Sylveon takes a Horn Leech, which does massive damage, down to 11%. Tapu Bulu is very hard to break through. In comes Type Null. Type Null also taking a Horn Leech, which does about 29%. I think Sylveon's at 11? No, 17, so it can come into rocks one more time, actually. And Alphonse Elric is asleep. It uses Sleep Talk, which U-turns it. I think because it's at 10%, it will die to rocks next time it comes in, too. I'm not sure why Lion Hugs is going down to such low HP and then with rocks still up. Very risky. Chad Deluxe's Chandelure comes in. Will we see a switch to Empoleon? I'm guessing that's what's going to happen. Indeed, Empoleon comes out. Ooh, and Chad Deluxe goes for an Inferno Overdrive, which takes down Empoleon. In comes Tapu Buffu, the Tapu Bulu, setting up a grassy terrain once again. Chandelure might be able to take it, although Mega Venusaur does have Thick Fat. And Flamethrower takes down Tapu Bulu. Last Pokemon to come in is Venusaur. Overheat misses, and Venusaur uses Leech Seed. Sludge Bomb's going to bring down Chandelure, who is poisoned. Flamethrower is super effective, going to hit. But that recovery adds up. And Psychic is what takes down Venusaur for a victory for Lion Hugs over Noob Scrubs 6-0, although it was really close. What the 6-0 doesn't show is that Metagross was dead next time it came out due to Stealth Rock. Type Null was dead due to Stealth Rock coming out next time. Sylveon was almost dead, and Toxicroak was low. So really strong match between both of these competitors, and really well played from both sides. Good victory of Lion Hugs over Noob Scrub, but both played really well, and I definitely think that they're going to provide some really strong, good matches in the future. So, yeah, tune in next time for some more matches of Week 5. This was Noel from Mystical Chain, and I'll see you then.